Hey, what's up, Cherubs? This is Empathic Earth Angel. Today I have a message about social proof, but before I get to that, let me just make a few announcements. Please make sure you check out my website, Urbancherubstylesinc. I have a lot of merch on there as far as different type of styles of clothing, um, spiritual products for all, and yeah, go check it out. If you would like to email me and you don't want to, leave a review or a comment, my email is urbancherubstylesinc.com. At gmail.com. So the website is urbancherubstyles.com and the email is urbancherubstylesinc@gmail.com. Okay, so today this video is about social proof. I talked about that in my last video from earlier, and I said we was going to touch bases. So first, let me give a definition, Cherubs. Let me give a definition of social proof before we get into breaking it down and on some things I believe. So social proof is a psychological phenomenon where people copy the actions of others to guess correct behavior in unfamiliar situations. A psychological phenomenon where people copy the actions of others to guess correct behavior in unfamiliar situations. All right, so now that we all know what social proof is, let's talk about why social proof is so heavy, it's so prominent today in people's lives, whether they know what it is or not, how they depend on it, and why it's bad. Also, some reasons why people will say it's good, but it's being used in the wrong way. So, social proof. Now that we know what that is, when you think about it, that you have to base how you feel off of other people or someone else because it's an unfamiliar situation. So that right there is happiness, relies on others for happiness. People that have a lot of social proof mindset type of things that's going on in their life, they rely on happiness. So social proof can bring about relying on happiness from others. So for instance, when you rely on happiness, these are the people that chasing likes every day on social media. They look for approval. They also want to know what other people think about situations 100% of the time when they make decisions for themselves. It's okay to get opinions, but when you have to rely on other people's thoughts and approvals for what you have to do or what you want to do, that's part of social proof. Social proof is constant comparison. Being in a constant state of comparison, which is, to me, that equals jealousy, right? Because they say that comparison is the biggest thief of joy. So social proof brings about a constant comparison, and that can equal to jealousy, which jealousy is, like I say, is a no-no. It's very bad, right? It's something that put the Son of God on the cross. It's people that rely on social proof and live with a social proof mindset. I call them the devil children because they have the devil traits. Everything that the devil children, how the devil's children carry themselves, how evilness carries himself, shall I say. Um, it's traits from the same reason why God kicked the devil out of heaven, right? We all know that story, how God kicked the devil out of heaven because he wanted to compare himself to God, ask questions on why he couldn't do this or do that. Y'all get where I'm coming from. I don't want to get too far off the subject, but that is why I call people who have social proof mindsets and characteristics the devil traits people or the devil's children, because those are the same tactics that the devil used to get to people, to make people second guess themselves, and the same type of behavior that he used to get kicked out of heaven. So yeah, it's and also social proof, it'll make you go down for the big guy. Let's talk about as far as like social proof on a big scale in society today. Why would you want to go with the crowd? Why, knowing that something doesn't feel right, or it's unfamiliar, because we read the definition of social proof in the beginning of the video. Even if it's unfamiliar, why go with the masses, and then if something goes wrong, it makes you go down for the big guy. Even though you're the little person, you didn't have much to say, but you agreed with it. You signed your name, or you checked that mark off. Now it makes you go down with the big guy, and you're sitting there, reaping the consequences, not watching other people reap the consequences, but yourself. You're putting yourself in jeopardy of not knowing. Social proof is the reason why some famous people have their titles. Okay? Not because of pure talent. Think about it. We're talking about social proof now on a bigger scale in society. The big executives, they make these big deals, or the big executives, they make bids. The highest bid, right? And whichever one has the highest bid, they get picked. Now, the one who makes the bid and their bid goes through, whatever, they have the highest bid, or it's their turn up, however these elite people do it, that merch, the artist or the brand suddenly becomes number one, top seller, top number one on Billboard charts. Nobody even really knows who some of these people are, who some of these stars or stuff is, or where they've been in a while. Just all of a sudden, boom, their song come out, their show come out, and it's being promoted before anything else. It's being promoted before someone who wrote all their songs, produced it, and really has talent. That's why a lot of these songs that's garbage, a lot of these movies that's based on the same thing over and over and over, just pushing out certain, what am I trying to say? Certain type of, on certain type of people. Like, you always see black movies based on certain things. You always see the Mexican gang movies based on certain things, or this or that, and certain, pushing these certain narratives and statistics, there you go, out about certain people, and it keeps their mind in a mind loop. Is all part of social proof. They'll tell you that social proof, it slowly builds trust. These people that are tied to social proof, they slowly build trust. A lot of them have a whole lot of engagements. They're going here, they book there, they're doing this and doing that. A lot of them self-promote their own rumors about themselves because they have the ability to be around a lot of people, boost egos, things like that, because of what social proof has done to people. But in the long run, Your people are not actually happy, they are burned out. They 9 times out of 10 are around a group of people who appear to be helping them and part of their team, who eventually steals from them, who are jealous of them. Come on, look how many stories in the industry where a lot of these famous people were taken out by close people, or just even watching certain type of things online or in the movies. These are based off of real facts, how people, you know, get done in by the people that's closest to them, or they end up offing themselves because they are searching for validation in other people, or they give other people that have these social proof mindsets the authority to say and do. See, it can be bad whether you're on top of the social proof or on the bottom. But like I said, being on the bottom, you go down, you know, for the big guy. And being on top, eventually you get booted out. You get asked questions. But see, now what they do in America, what they do in society is, that's why every 4 months they recycle the presidents and just blame it on that person and this person. And you never really know, you know, you can say, well, this person to do that, but it gives the next president is going to give what that last president did something. And it is all part of social proof. It's just keeps going. Recite, because at the end of the day, everyone thinks that they have a say because of social proof. They think they have a say. So what I'm trying to say is that when one president for that 4 or 8 years mess up, regardless, now you have this new president coming in that's going to say things to a certain amount of people that, hey, we're going to fix this, and the other amount of people probably don't believe them because it's not their side. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what side you're on, because they have to keep this social proof going, which is a narrative, which is chasing likes, chasing approvals, making people think that they have a say-so, when all reality is just a bunch of people that's agreeing, right? Agreeing on the same thing. Social proof, a psychological phenomenon where people copy the action of others to guess correct behavior in unfamiliar situations. So what's unfamiliar is what took place, right, in that presidency, or what took place with whatever's going on in that term that didn't turn out right. So psychologically, people are going to every year, every 4 years, copy this thing where all of them get together and feel as though that they're right, that they're guessing correct, because of the unfamiliarness that they don't know what they're going to be facing again coming the next 4 years. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Like I said, the big executives, they make these bids. Whichever one has the highest bid, their merch, their artist, their brand is suddenly top one, number one. Half the times we don't know who these people is. They ain't been out for years. They come back looking younger, you know. But what I want to say to the Cherubs is, educate yourself more on social proof. Don't look for validation in others. Don't go along with the masses, because right now, more than half of the world is not right, shall I say. And you want to not have the traits of DEVIL, of the DEVIL children. We are cherubs. We want to lean more towards doing what's right for our higher self and for our souls to move on and actually become cherubs in the heavens and guard and be on by the throne of the Most High God. Social proof is something that was supposed to, on the good side, help out maybe businesses, you know. If you go on Google and look up social proof, it will tell you more on a business aspect, where, you know, hey, I want to go get my nails done over here, and let's go look up some reviews. That's part of social proof. So if the reviews have 5 stars and everybody's saying this person does great facials and good nails and this and that, okay, that's part of social proof. You go because people are talking about it. And the person that's actually using the social proof, because they have no idea, so it's okay to go along with what others have experienced. But imagine going along with social proof right now. People don't even have to experience. All they have to do is hear that the masses have went along with it, and the television and the radio said it was top 1 and it was the best in the world, and it's gonna be the hottest girl, hottest boy song, movie of the year for the summer. Probably not even that great, but hey, it's out there. People are gonna spread the word and start acting like it, because at the end of the day, social proof. Okay. So I'm really about to end this video right now. But I know that a lot of you guys know where I'm coming from, and let's try to really motivate each other to and love one another for being ourselves, and not hold nobody as being weird or different. Being weird because they're different. Let's not hold nobody to the cross, because what they into, what they work for, what their hobby is, whatever the case may be. Let's actually embrace individuality in each other. Let's start speaking to each other more kinder on social media, and being okay to know that it's just not all about us, that it's a bigger picture, and listen to discern and not to follow. Okay? Cherubs, y'all have a beautiful night.